I have a really funny story to tell. It happened to me in class. It was a real story. So I take a paratransport to my program, and they port me from my dad's place to the program. I get there. The teacher takes out her iPad and starts reading a story. I'm sitting there in the group with everyone. Suddenly, suddenly I let this huge fart in class, and everyone round the table goes, "Ew, gross!" And the teacher told me to go away and had to open the window. I was embarrassed. I said, "But Miss, it was not intentionally done." And she told me I knew it was going to happen and sent me away. So I went for a walk. I go to the teacher. "Why is the window open?" She said, "Because of that disgusting fart I did." I laughed. I laughed my head off over that. I can't not forget that. That was just a moment I had. Everyone reacted to it. I thought no one would react to it, and I wanted to see who was beside me, who was behind me. It got everyone going. And the teacher told me that next time I have to leave the room. I don't know why I did it. I was bored telling this story. I don't know if I liked the story or not, but I was listening to it. It just happened. Alright, sometimes we do silly things in class. Oh, yeah, that was funny and it was hilarious, and the staff were not having any of it, so they sent me away. And they told me not to do that in public next time. Please leave the room. I said it was an accident. Well, everyone reacts, I guess. But, there was everyone round the table. I guess I must have done it. I just wanted to know people's reaction because I've had that problem before. It's told to go away when it happens. The staff were not amused and told me that it was not social, and told me that as a joke, the staff would have a class lecture to everyone about appropriate behavior, and was telling people that she has to open the window now for those who pass gas. That was just silly. I said, well, it was not done intentionally. I was kind of bored, and I don't know why it happened. It just happened. If the staff didn't like it, they should have told me. And I guess it interrupted the story. And then I go to my dad the evening I went home. "Why did the staff tell me to leave the room when I farted?" And he goes, "Because it wasn't sociably appropriate and you shouldn't do that in class. You should leave the room." I kind of laugh at that. But my dad wasn't at all upset over it. He kind of smiled a bit about it because it was kind of funny. But they blame me for it. If someone else farts, they blame me for it. They used to do that to me. I remember one time I'm waiting for the cab with the class, and the staff said, "If I fart, you'll be sent to the washroom." I go, "No, no, I'm going to miss my cab." And she said, "Well, are you doing that in the cab?" The cab driver told. I was silly in the cab. And one time it was Halloween in the cab. They dropped someone off, and I was making rude noises on my arm, and the driver closed the door on me and said, "You're not being appropriate." That was being funny. And someone said, someone said, "Is that person making fart noises in the cab?" And then a male staff comes around the corner at this person's group home and check what all the commotion was about. And they told everyone to go in the house immediately because I was making fart noises. And then the driver closed the door. I thought it was funny. Not to the driver, no. That was funny, no. They have to roll the window down. Remember a driver. Oh my God, I had this driver once for Paratranspo, and he's driving me to my program and kept asking me if I farted. And I said, "I told you several times I did not." And then he rolls the window down as if I farted. And it was kind of embarrassing because he was sort of questioning me if I farted. And then I said, "Could you please not tell me that?" So my dad found out, and it made him really upset. And he told him not to ask me those personal questions. This was a Paratranspo driver told me this. I thought it was very rude that they would do that. And my dad was very upset with this Paratranspo driver asking me personal questions like that. And I said, "Are they even allowed to ask people if they fart?" Seriously? You're kidding me. Like, the Paratranspo should have just took me to my program and not bother asking. But I guess they run a cab and they don't want people smelling the farts. But, they can roll a window down. They have a window. That's just silly. I mean, every time I went in the cab for this cab driver, this was a Paratranspo driver. Every time I went in this cab, on the way to my program, this guy would go, "Did you fart again?" I told him, "Look, I've had it." "No, I did not, so stop asking me." So I told my dad, and I told him that I'm going to tell my dad if you keep asking me that, because I was embarrassed. I'm very upset that this driver would ask me that, and it was really not appropriate. So my dad had to speak with this driver and told the driver that you shouldn't be asking my daughter about her flatulence or bodily function noises. So the staff found out at one of my day programs, and it got reported to Paratranspo, and I never saw this driver again, and I hope I never do, because asking me if I farted was sort of humiliating from a driver. And my dad said, "Why is this driver asking you that?" I said, "I don't know. He keeps interrogating me over it." I felt really embarrassed, like crying almost. Like a driver asked me personal questions. Like, really? Did they have to? Like, is it their job? Like, seriously, Paratranspo? I remember one time I asked a driver, "What will happen if I do fart in the cab?" A driver told me once that they would drop me in the side of the road and I'd be walking to my program and say, "I can't do that. You can't do that. Seriously? Are they serious? Really?" This driver didn't like me farting on my arm. And he told me that he would drop me on the side of the road. I don't know if he was serious, because really, are you allowed to do that as cab driver? Drop their passenger in the side of the road? Goodbye, you can walk to your program. It was a long highway. I don't think I wanted to onto my program that far. Why? Why ask me that? Seriously, I felt a little interrogated by it. So I told my dad, and he said, no, I don't think he meant it. He was just tired of you making fart noises on your arm. I was told to never make fart noises on my arm in the cab. This driver was crabbing. He thought I was like picking my nose. Like, seriously, that's what he thought. And I said, no, I'm not. I got pimples. I got acne. It was embarrassing to have a driver tell you that. This driver was kind of crabby, anyways. This was on the way to my program. It was a paratranspo driver. It was before I came here. And then this driver didn't really thought I was funny. So as a joke, I guess what would happen if I actually farted in the cab. The driver told me he would dump me on the side of the road. Like, seriously. Would he do that? Like, serious? And I was laughing because I didn't know what the driver would do. Like, this really happened. So my dad said, please don't make fart noises in the cab. The cab driver was awfully crabbed. I was only joking. I wouldn't really fart and I wouldn't really, well, if I have to fart, it happens, but you can roll the window down. I mean, that was just funny. One time I'm sitting on the front seat and the cab driver told me he wanted me to go stand outside or something. And then he said he was going to tell my dad on me if I kept passing gas. I said, I didn't mean it. I was so embarrassed. I thought he was serious. And my dad told me, please stop making fart noises at your cab driver. And then that day I was laughing. Those are memories I can keep, you know. That really happened to me, and this was before I came here. Now, I don't see this cab driver anymore because, you know, he's from Paratranspo, and Paratranspo doesn't come out to Napanee. They're an Ottawa service. They had pretty reasonable prices. They're really for people with disabilities, Paratranspo. I used to take it. I thought it was easy on me, you know? It was like a cab service. Kind of like you take a cab, it's like Paratranspo would take you where you wanted to go and drop you off where you wanted to go. Some of the drivers were pretty nice. You could talk to them. They probably like talking to people on the road when they're driving. But see, it was fun. Get to meet different people in the cab. I mean, they had different pickups before they picked me up. It was interesting.